any high ticket sale is generally going to be based on a relationship, right? If we're tight, if we're friends, it's going to be a whole lot easier to get that sale through. So everything is based off of communication, engagement, building rapport. And if the first time that you reach out to somebody is, a templated, looks like it went out through a robot, got sent to, 30,000 different people, you're probably going to be turned off by it, right?
Yep.
But what we said was let's kind of turn that on its head. And I think starting with either awareness or starting with that first point of contact, if you can bring value to the table, if you can really bring something that makes people think, okay, this person really did their homework, right? They thought about what they were going to say before they reached out. They made sure that I was like an ideal customer for them, and because they knew I was an ideal customer, they could kind of telegraph my pain points and they could bring value. I think that's really what Scout is trying to tackle. But it's doing it in a way where you can actually scale it as a salesperson because we've just made a ton of advancements in data technology to allow you to start to do this in kind of like a scalable but also meaningful way.
Mhm. And one thing that I've also noticed that's interesting is that you're focused primarily on real estate agents. Uh,
Yeah.
Having seen how much the real estate market has changed, how the current trends in real estate have advanced, lots of movement to the states, a lot of people moving to states like Texas or to Florida. How has Scout been a part of this trend in movement throughout the U.S.?
Man, this has been amazing. This is a really fun question, and thank you for asking that. So, so let me actually start with like a personal story. When COVID hit, one of my family members was moving from Washington D.C. up to New York, and the market was wild. It was like absolutely crazy. Nobody could find anything. You were making like 15 offers were getting made at a time, and the only one that would win was like 20% all cash over ask, waive all the contingencies. Like it was absolutely nuts. People were just overpaying like crazy. And, what ended up happening was 20 offers, right? Only one gets accepted. That means there's 19 buyers who are still in the market. And what we were able to do is actually build through Scout a strategy that could pinpoint people who owned off market assets and get in touch with them and convey a message like, hey, I want to buy your place. And and through doing that, I was actually able to help my cousin out to look for a place in New York remotely from DC within, I think it was like 3 or 4 days. We ended up doing like 3 or 4 FaceTime virtual showings, like walkthroughs of actual homes. And he ended up making 2 offers like the week later. So it was so many people who were getting shut out of the real estate market, and we were able to like bring a real solution to that. So I think that's just kind of a small anecdote around um, I don't know how this kind of like shift what they call it, the Great Exodus. Um,
Yeah, the Great Exodus, Great Resignation. There's lots of those terms.
yeah, but it's also a way for people to connect with other people. Like that's what the tool is all about. And certainly, if you look at the real estate industry in particular, it's highly gated, right? The getting through to the actual consumer, it's very expensive. It's very difficult to identify. We bring a lot of tools to the table that allow you to get through that gate to actually like connect with somebody based off of, you know, aspects about their home, where they live, geo targeting. So I think we're removing some of those barriers.
Mhm. What would you say would be the biggest barrier for a consumer to purchase the home that they want in the area that they want?
The biggest barrier, a down payment.
Okay.
I mean, the real estate industry has a long way to go. I think it's really difficult for somebody to save the 20% to get the down payment to get the mortgage qualification, but then also this market is just absolutely crazy. Everybody's shut out of everything, and then finding somebody who can really guide you through the process. Like a first time home buyer, you want somebody who's by your side that's going to help you, kind of telegraph what could go wrong so it doesn't, but also hold your hand through it, shortcut the process from it being like an 8 month process to like what it should be. It should be a 3 to 5 month process. So yeah, I mean we're kind of moving outside of the real estate industry. I've got some background in it, but hopefully that's helpful advice.